Hi, y'all. My name is Cameron Briggs, and I am super excited that you are here watching this video right now. That means that you want to learn Hebrew just as much as I do. I am just starting in on this fantastic journey and would like to invite you to come join me in some study groups. So there's three different classes or meeting times that I'm setting up, and they're all free to join, but I really want to study with people, but I want to be self-taught, but at the same time, I want to discuss and learn and grow together. I manage a few different book clubs and host those on a regular basis. And Hebrew has just been speaking to me a lot lately, diving into the scriptures and Old Testament with Come Follow Me, etc. And so anyway, here's the three different options for you to choose from. As you scroll down on the registration page, you can see these options clearly lined out. But so the first class is just a 7-week study group. It's going to be a fairly quick beginner's guide to the alphabet and how to read Hebrew. So there's 2 books that are required. If you don't have them, that's totally fine. We still invite you to come. So here's the 2 books that are required, because they're kind of like workbooks. If you don't have them, you're just not going to learn and practice as much. So the first one is Learn to Read Hebrew in 6 Weeks. And this is an excellent, very, very elementary level book on the Hebrew alphabet and getting familiar with the reading style versus English. So we're going to do it faster than 6 weeks. We're actually going to do this one in 3 weeks. But you can handle it. It's a very, like I said, very elementary, easy level to just get introduced to the alphabet. This book is going to encompass the next 4 weeks after that. And again, it's just like a little book, but it teaches the Hebrew alphabet and has different exercises for you to go through and learning how these letters sound, how they interact with each other, and again, reading from right to left and getting introduced to that pattern. So that's just going to be an introductory, really quick and very beginner's guide to Hebrew and the alphabet. I do recommend that 7-week course for either one of these next 2 options. So after that 7 weeks, we're going to dive into 2 different study groups. You can join one or both, totally fine. One is going to focus on vocabulary and vocabulary only, the symbolism and things behind it, versus the other, which is going to be a very intensive, still slow paced, but very intensive grammar study. So with the grammar, you're going to be reading and writing and translating and things in Hebrew before you know it. So one is very easy and one is kind of difficult, but they're both very slow paced. And again, this is just a study group. It's free of charge. So for the vocab class, this one is at 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on every Thursday. And we are going to be using 2 different books. We're going to start off with this book and go for, what is it, 22? Yes, 22 weeks in this book here on Hebrew word pictures. And so with this one, we are going to be discussing each of the Hebrew letters and looking at their numeric value, their symbolism, their ancient versus modern symbolism and how they were written, and really diving in and learning the words, the basic constructs of vocabulary in a very religious perspective in order to understand the Old Testament better. And then after we get done with that book, we are going to dive into 50 Amazing Words by the same author. And this is going to be taking quite a few basic words and really diving into the principles and symbolism that we learned in the first half. So those are the two required readings. Again, you're more than welcome to still join or watch the recordings after. But if you don't have the money to buy these books, I totally get it. We still want you to come and participate and learn with us. And then the grammar books, there's going to be 2 required books for it. A friend has got my copies right now, but I'm going to pull it up on the screen and share that with you real quick. So here is the main text. There's this one and a workbook by the same authors, and this is one of the best guides out there for learning biblical Hebrew. This isn't going to go through the modern versions of it, but it starts off really basic with the alphabet and the basic constructs of words and things, but it quickly evolves into the grammar aspect of things. And before you know it, we are in the Bible translating and learning words deeply. And so again, it's much harder than the other class, but it is very slow paced. I'm taking the college level curriculum and syllabus and doing it half as fast. And so trust me, I think this will be a worthwhile endeavor. And even if you are a slow learner or you just don't think that you can memorize things, I've been there, done that. I totally get it. And that's why I think going half the speed and meeting regularly once a week is going to really help out in that aspect. And there is a workbook that goes along with it where there's going to be quizzes and exercises to do to kind of help keep accountability and keep learning and growing and making sure that we're not moving on faster than the concepts are downloading into our brains. So again, there's these 3 different classes. The 2 are concurrent. They're at the same time. Not the same hour, but they're going on concurrently. So the vocab, the easier class, is going to be from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. every Thursday. And the grammar class is going to be 7:30 to 9 p.m. Mountain Standard Time every Thursday. And prior to both of those classes, we'll have the 7-week introductory thing to the alphabet, which we encourage everyone to participate in as well. Otherwise, the first couple weeks of the other ones are going to be kind of playing catch up, trying to learn that alphabet and get familiar with reading right to left. So anyway, I'm super glad to have you interested and sign up here. If you'll head over, if you're not already there, to learningzion.com/Hebrew, you'll find all of the information on the courses and links for all of the books and reading. But I do need you to register for the class. So that just adds you to the email list for any updates. And as we do get started, really diving in any notifications, weekly reminders, etc. So for each class, there's a button below saying click here to register. And when you click on that, it's going to take you over to a form to fill out your name and email, and if you'd like text reminders, etc. But all 3 of them will need separate registrations. If you just want to take the 7-week one, that's totally fine. Do that. But if you want to take all 3, for example, you're going to have to fill out that form 3 different times so that we are adding you to that specific email list for reminders and updates and all of that. Anyway, if you have any questions, let me know. My email is Cameron Briggs with 4 digits at the end. So CameronBriggs 8706@gmail.com. And anyway, if you have any questions or are concerned about the books or purchasing or schedule or whatever have you, email me and I'll reply as quickly as I can. And anyway, excited to get to know y'all and start on this journey of learning Hebrew with you. Anyway, have a great week.